Chosen one. Your arrival at this message is not coincidence. Heaven has guided you here with perfect intention. You have entered a holy convergence in time. A sacred doorway where what has been moving invisibly begins to appear in the visible realm. The Spirit of God has called your name beyond what human eyes can see. And now the atmosphere around your destiny is shifting. Suddenly, the waiting begins to carry meaning. The pain, the resistance, the seasons when you felt unseen, and the moments when nothing seemed to move are starting to reveal their purpose. This is more than another encouraging word. It is a heavenly declaration. You are approaching a divine transfer that reaches beyond material blessing. It carries renewed strength, restored vitality, fresh radiance, and supernatural endurance. Time does not have the final authority over what God has ordained for you. Psalm 1035 declares that He fills your life with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. That promise is becoming personal in this season. Heaven is reminding you that renewal belongs to your portion. The Lord is breathing restoration into your body, refreshing your spirit, and replenishing everything connected to your assignment. The things that once exhausted you are losing their power to drain you. Divine light is touching you from the inside out, restoring you breath by breath, thought by thought, moment by moment. Chosen one. Receive this message with a reverent heart. The pattern of decline is being broken. What once appeared to be fading is beginning to bloom again. The glory resting upon your life is not decreasing, it is expanding. This is your appointed season of restoration, awakening, and renewed strength. Chosen one. God is rebuilding you in ways your physical eyes may not yet recognize. What is stirring within you is not simply the passing of years. It is an awakening. Heaven is touching the deepest places of your design. The same divine hand that formed your purpose is now strengthening you so you can carry everything attached to it. Your preservation has never been meaningless. You have been sustained because you are being positioned to shine in a greater way. You are not watching your opportunity disappear. Divine purpose is reclaiming your time, and everything that seemed late is being brought into alignment with heaven's schedule. Even now, peace is beginning to move through your spirit like a gentle river, settling the places that have been disturbed for far too long. You have carried burdens that many people never knew existed. You have absorbed the pain of others, endured private warfare, and continued moving while carrying responsibilities no one could see. Anointed one. Heaven has witnessed every hidden weight, and now the God who sustained you through those silent battles is bringing you into a season where restoration will become just as visible as the struggle once was. Yet those weights were never meant to age you. They were meant to refine you. Every sleepless night, every scar of worry is being erased by light. You're stepping into divine vitality, where years of stress dissolve into supernatural calm. You are that tree planted by living water, unshaken and evergreen. Heaven is watering your peace, nourishing your body with rest, teaching you to live by grace instead of grind. Striving has aged the world, but surrender restores the soul. Picture your life as a sacred sanctuary, untouched, still, radiant. Every prayer you whisper, every deep breath you take restores the temple within. The world rushes, but you are being trained to dwell in stillness. This is how youth is renewed, not by escaping time, but by aligning with eternity. I know this process. I've walked through it. I've seen what happens when anxiety tries to write its story across your skin, when exhaustion speaks louder than faith. But the moment I surrendered control, something shifted. The peace of God entered like light through an open window, and the years of heaviness began to lift. My reflection changed, not from vanity, but from victory. Renewal isn't about turning back the clock. It's about walking in rhythm with heaven. Every breath of faith reverses weariness. Every act of gratitude strengthens your vitality. Every moment of surrender rewrites the chemistry of your being. Heaven is reprogramming yourselves to respond to peace, not pressure. You are being rewired for divine harmony. There are people who will look at you and see it. They won't understand, but they'll feel it. They'll call it glow, calm, or energy, but its presence, the presence of God, is resting upon you so tangibly. It shows. Your peace has become visible. Your joy has become magnetic. You are no longer aging under worry. You are expanding under grace. Chosen one. This isn't fantasy. It's divine science. You are living proof that heaven interrupts human decay. The laws of time bend for those aligned with divine timing. Across the world, others like you are awakening. Souls moving from exhaustion to elevation, from striving to shining, together. You are becoming a generation untouched by fear, untouched by limitation, untouched by time. Your reflection will soon preach louder than your words. Your eyes will testify of God's renewal before your lips ever speak it. You are not fading. You are flourishing. You are not breaking. You are blooming. The light within you is heaven whispering, I am not finished with you yet. You are the living proof that when time meets grace, aging must surrender. Chosen one. The transformation happening within you is not shallow. It's sacred. Heaven is rebuilding you from the inside out. Your body, your emotions, your energy, all are being aligned with divine order. Every area that once carried exhaustion is now being infused with life. The Lord is breathing strength into what once felt broken and vitality into what once felt weary. You may have noticed the subtle changes, how your skin glows when your spirit rests, how your body feels lighter when you let go of control. That's not coincidence. That's resurrection in motion. What you are experiencing is not self-improvement. It's spiritual engineering. The same spirit that raised Jesus from the dead is quickening your mortal body. You're not just surviving time, you're transcending it. Chosen one. This renewal didn't come cheaply. You've walked through deserts of silence where prayers echoed back, empty. You've watched others advance while you felt stuck in stillness. But what you called delay was divine restoration. Heaven was preserving your essence, stripping away what drained your soul and preparing you to live unburdened. The pruning was painful, but the fruit will be eternal. Now the evidence is visible. Your countenance carries clarity. Your aura commands peace. People sense something different. They may not have language for it, but they feel heaven near you. You've become a mirror of grace itself. A walking testimony that rest is a weapon and peace is a form of power. Anointed one, understand this. Your youth isn't merely being preserved. It's being repurposed. God is giving you longevity, not just for beauty, but for mission. You will outlast the cycles that tried to consume you. The same fire that once burned to survive now fuels you to build, to create, to heal. Every day that you wake with gratitude, your spirit releases renewal into your bloodstream. Take this as your confirmation. What once drained you will now energize you. The same people who doubted your endurance will marvel at your glow. It will not be vanity they see. It will be visible evidence of divine intimacy. Your radiance will become revelation. Heaven's fingerprints will be on your face. Chosen one. You've entered an era where simplicity becomes sacred. Each sip of water, each mindful breath, each act of kindness, all become vessels of vitality. Life flows through you differently now. You are no longer feeding off chaos. You are sustained by clarity. The toxins of fear and comparison are leaving your system, and the chemistry of peace is taking their place. Across the world, others like you are awakening to the same rhythm. They have stopped chasing, stopped striving, stopped competing. And as they surrendered, their strength multiplied. They are living proof that what the world calls aging, heaven calls refining. You are one of them, a forerunner of divine vitality, chosen to show the world that eternity can live inside a human body. Let this truth rest in your spirit. Every cell in your body responds to your belief. When your faith rises, your body follows. When your heart aligns with heaven, your life reflects its beauty. Anointed one, this is the moment where your renewal becomes revelation. The glow in your eyes is not vanity, it's victory. You are walking proof that when God restores, He doesn't return you to what you were. He transforms you into what you were always meant to be. Timeless, radiant, and unstoppable. You are not simply surviving the years, you are rewriting them with grace. Chosen one, your journey of renewal is now turning into revelation. Heaven is not just healing you, it's teaching you how to live in alignment with divine energy. Every breath you take in peace is prophetic. Every step you make in faith is an act of regeneration. The more you rest in God's presence, the more your entire being harmonizes with eternal rhythm. Your body is listening to your spirit. When your soul surrenders, your cells respond. That's why lately you felt a lightness, a stillness that you can't quite explain. The tension you used to carry is dissolving. The heaviness around your shoulders, the fatigue in your bones, it's lifting. Heaven has whispered to your body, "Be still and heal." And your body has obeyed. Anointed one, this isn't ordinary. You are walking in supernatural alignment. Spirit, soul, and body moving as one. The same power that renews your mind is renewing your reflection. You are becoming radiant, not by cosmetics, but by communion. There is a shine that no product can create. The kind that comes when grace takes residence in your spirit. You've seen it in the eyes of those truly at peace. That unexplainable glow that speaks louder than words. That's what's being birthed in you now. I remember a time when I carried too much. My spirit was awake, but my body was exhausted. I prayed for healing, but God whispered instead, "Release." I didn't understand then that stress was aging my soul more than years ever could. When I finally surrendered, not out of defeat, but trust, everything shifted. My energy returned. My joy felt younger. My peace became my skincare, my strength, my secret. Chosen one, this is where you are. You've reached that sacred threshold where you no longer chase time. Time begins to honor you. When you live in the flow of divine rhythm, your body follows heaven's calendar, not the world's. You are being renewed like the eagle, shedding what no longer serves you. rising above what once drained you. Every prayer, every act of forgiveness, every moment of gratitude. It's cellular worship. Your body listens when your spirit sings peace. The chemicals of stress are being replaced by the chemistry of trust. This is divine biology, heaven engineering life within you. And now, something miraculous is happening. Your energy is contagious. People notice how calm you are, how peaceful you've become. They can't define it, but they're drawn to it. Your stillness heals the room. Your presence resets the atmosphere. You've stopped striving, and that has made you magnetic. Anointed one. You are not just aging backward. You are maturing into eternity. This renewal is not cosmetic. It's covenantal. You're learning that your beauty was never about perfection, but about presence. The glow that surrounds you is heaven's. Yes, you are becoming evidence of what happens when grace takes form in flesh. Let it be known. Your peace is your power. Your stillness is your sermon. Your radiance is your revelation. What once felt like years wasted were simply seasons of preparation. You are not behind. You are right on time for renewal. Chosen one. Step forward with quiet confidence. Let your glow testify that heaven has touched your timeline. You are living proof that those who wait upon the Lord do not grow old. They grow eternal. Chosen one. Heaven is now amplifying what has already begun within you. The renewal of your youth isn't coming. It's active. You are standing in the middle of a supernatural recalibration where your mind, body, and spirit move in one divine rhythm. What once broke your balance is now aligning. What once drained your fire is now fueling it. You've entered a state where peace regenerates and rest becomes revelation. This is what divine vitality feels like. It's not loud or forced. It's sacred stillness that radiates power. It's walking through the same world that once tired you, yet now feeling untouched by it. That's because your strength no longer comes from adrenaline or anxiety. It flows from grace. The presence of God is your energy source now. You're not operating on caffeine or worry anymore. You're powered by divine current. Anointed one. Listen carefully. Heaven is not just restoring your appearance. It's restoring your awareness. Your senses are being heightened, tuned to the language of peace. You can now feel the difference between pressure and purpose, noise and truth. You hear the whispers of the Spirit even in silence. That sensitivity is proof that your soul is alive again. I've seen this before. The moment when stillness becomes your new strength. When you realize that aging was never about the years, but about the weight of unprocessed worry. The moment you stopped carrying what wasn't yours, your face began to glow again. That is what's happening to you. The lines of stress are fading, not because of time, but because you have stepped out of time. You've entered into alignment. Chosen one. Across the world, others like you are being awakened in this same hour. They are shedding false urgency and returning to sacred simplicity. They are choosing prayer over panic, silence over striving, and as they do, something holy happens. Their vitality returns. Their laughter deepens. Their faces shine with the kind of beauty that no storm can erase. You are part of that remnant. The generation that will redefine what it means to grow older. The world will look at you and say, "You haven't aged," but you'll know the truth. You've ascended. You're not aging. You're evolving into grace. You've become a reflection of eternity itself. Anointed one. Your body is beginning to harmonize with the energy of heaven. Every cell is awakening to divine instruction. Be whole. Be light. Be free. That's why lately you've felt waves of warmth, moments of clarity, and bursts of peace that come without reason. These are signs of your transformation. The old you was surviving on willpower. The new you is sustained by worship, every act of stillness, every breath of gratitude, every choice to forgive. It's medicine for your spirit and youth for your flesh. You are proving that holiness heals, that peace is stronger than time, that joy is the most powerful cosmetic of heaven. Chosen one. Let this truth anchor you. You are being renewed not just for your sake, but as a sign for others. You are the living evidence that those who dwell in the secret place of the Most High live outside the reach of decay. You are heaven's proof that time cannot touch what grace preserves. So walk boldly in this new vitality. Let your peace speak louder than your years. The glow you carry is not luck. It's legacy. You are God's reminder to the world that the chosen do not age. They ascend. Chosen one. The light upon you now is not ordinary. It's inheritance. You've stepped into heaven's rhythm of renewal where grace restores what time thought it could take. This is not vanity. It's victory. Every cell within you is responding to divine instruction. Recalibrating under the authority of peace. You are glowing with purpose because your body has remembered the truth. It was never designed to decay in despair, but to thrive in divine harmony. There's a sacred intelligence within you, a code written by your Creator, awakening as your soul returns to peace. That's what you feel right now. Alignment. The same divine current that fuels the stars is flowing through your veins. Exhaustion can no longer define you because you are being sustained by something supernatural. Anointed one. Notice the calm that's been rising inside you. That stillness is not weakness. It's authority. Heaven has taught you to rule from rest. The storms that once shook you now shape you. You've learned that peace isn't passive. It's power in motion. Your face reflects the truth. The glow others see is not surface beauty. It's evidence of divine order. I once thought healing came through effort, through striving, fixing, doing. But true renewal began when I stopped running and started resting. It was in silence that I felt God breathe through me again. My heart slowed. My thoughts quieted. And I finally understood, renewal is not earned. It's received. That is the season you are in now. Chosen one. You're no longer striving for healing. You are receiving heaven's flow. Each morning you rise. You're stepping deeper into divine frequency. Every breath you take rewrites your chemistry. Your heart is sinking with grace. Your mind is shedding fear, and your spirit is calling your body back to balance. This is divine regeneration, not just freedom from aging, but the birth of eternal vitality. And this radiance isn't just for you. You carry an anointing that awakens others. People feel peace around you without knowing why. Strangers sense comfort in your presence as though heaven itself walks with you. That's not coincidence. It's transmission. You are a vessel of renewal, reminding others of the divine spark they carry. 2. Chosen one. The very things that once exhausted you are now being transformed into instruments of strength. Every broken heart taught you endurance. Every season of isolation became a hidden sanctuary where heaven trained your spirit. Through everything you survived, you discovered how to find renewal in stillness, beauty in surrender, and fresh strength through obedience. Your life is becoming evidence that holiness is never diminished by time. You have now entered a season where your energy is no longer constantly being emptied. It is beginning to increase. Heaven is turning the weight of yesterday into power for tomorrow. Every tear, disappointment, and painful memory is being redeemed and converted into wisdom, authority, and spiritual strength. That is why you no longer feel compelled to chase everything that moves. You do not have to hurry to prove that you are progressing. Your rhythm has changed. Your pace has become prophetic because you are learning to move according to divine timing rather than human pressure. Anointed One. The former version of you survived by forcing yourself forward. The person you are becoming is sustained by the presence of God. You are no longer struggling against the clock. You are learning how to walk in agreement with eternity. There is something different about the light you now carry. It cannot be explained merely by outward circumstances. What people notice in your eyes is the reflection of an inner peace that heaven has been cultivating within you. Chosen One. You are not being restored simply so you can become the person you once were. You are emerging as the person heaven always intended you to become: steady, radiant, spiritually alive, and increasingly difficult for adversity to shake. Your life itself is becoming a message from heaven. You are demonstrating that divine peace does more than comfort the soul. It can change the way a person carries themselves, renew their hope, restore their confidence, and breathe fresh life into places that once felt completely drained. Chosen One. Another dimension of your transformation is now being revealed. You have moved beyond simply recovering from what happened to you. You are entering resurrection territory. Places that once carried weakness are beginning to reveal strength. Areas that seemed lifeless are awakening again. This renewal is reaching deeper than what can be seen on the surface. Heaven is touching every dimension of your being. Your thoughts are being renewed. Your emotions are becoming steadier. Your heart is learning a different rhythm. And your spirit is being aligned with the design God established for your life. You are not merely getting your strength back. You are learning to carry the awareness of eternity within your everyday life. Anointed One. This restoration is also bringing revelation. The Spirit of God is showing you that the presence capable of healing a wounded heart can also transform the way you live. Respond and carry yourself. Whenever you choose forgiveness instead of allowing bitterness to rule you, something inside you becomes lighter. Whenever you speak hope instead of condemnation over your own life, your entire inner world begins moving toward peace. Whenever gratitude replaces resentment, another burden loses its grip. The source of true renewal was never meant to be found only in something outside of you. Heaven has been teaching you that lasting vitality flows through a spirit anchored in gratitude, purity, surrender, and peace. Perhaps you are already noticing the evidence. The way you walk feels different. Your posture carries greater confidence. Your movements feel lighter. Even your expression seems to hold a new brightness. Something within you has changed. And slowly, the transformation is beginning to become visible. These are not illusions. They are indicators. Divine energy flows wherever surrender resides. The more you yield, the younger you feel. The more you release, the freer you become. Aging begins when the soul grows weary. Renewal begins when the soul remembers who it belongs to. I've lived this truth. I've seen the moment when weariness tried to age my spirit, when stress tried to shape my face, but then came surrender. Deep, unshakable surrender, the kind that silences fear and invites faith to speak louder. In that stillness, I realized something powerful. Time can only touch what God has not claimed, and I had already been claimed. So have you? Chosen one. This is why no storm has broken you. It's why your body keeps recovering from what should have destroyed it. There's divine DNA in your spirit. Resilience, coded by heaven itself. The same power that parted seas and raised the dead dwells in you. And it's speaking to yourselves even now. Commanding restoration, regeneration, and renewal. Chosen one. You are not here to age. You are here to evolve. You are heaven's living evidence that peace can preserve what chaos once consumed. You are walking proof that holiness is health. The weight that once bent your shoulders has lifted, and now your stance carries the strength of someone who has met eternity face to face. You will begin to notice others noticing. They'll ask, "What's your secret?" But the answer isn't found in creams or cures. It's in communion. You are walking with God. And it shows. It shows in the calmness of your tone, the brightness of your eyes, the steadiness of your presence. Your peace has become visible. Anointed one. You've learned the sacred art of balance, moving without haste, speaking with grace, and thinking from the mind of Christ. That balance is the secret rhythm of eternal youth. You are being carried not by adrenaline, but by alignment. You are fueled not by striving, but by spirit. This is your divine rhythm now. A steady harmony between heaven and earth. Every step you take echoes grace. Every breath you draw extends your strength. The more you dwell in peace, the more your life defies decay. You are becoming timeless, not because you're escaping life, but because you're embodying it fully. Spirit first, body following. Chosen one, this is your promise. When the spirit stays young, the body must obey. You are heaven's masterpiece of renewal. Unhurried, unbothered, unaged. Your timeline has been touched by eternity, and there is no going back. Chosen one, the world sees your glow, but heaven sees your obedience. This transformation isn't luck, it's legacy. You've partnered with divine rhythm, and that alignment is altering everything about you. Heaven has entered your timeline, not just to pause time, but to redeem it. The years that felt lost are now returning to you, restored, refined, resurrected. Anointed one, listen closely. What you're walking through is not cosmetic. It's covenantal. God made a promise to preserve those who walk in his presence, and you are living that promise. When he said, "I will renew your strength," he wasn't speaking metaphorically. He meant your mind, your cells, your stamina, your spark. The world calls it regeneration. Heaven calls it restoration. You are literally living proof of divine restoration in motion. You've noticed how easily peace comes now, how naturally joy flows through you. That's not a mood. That's evidence. The Holy Spirit has rooted itself deep within you, regulating what once ran wild. Your nervous system no longer belongs to fear. It belongs to faith. Every heartbeat now hums with divine order. Every inhale carries eternity's rhythm. I've felt this too. Chosen one. I remember when exhaustion was my daily companion, when I'd wake up feeling like the night hadn't healed anything, but the day I surrendered control, truly surrendered, something inside me broke open. It wasn't dramatic. It was divine, I realized that rest isn't the absence of work. It's the evidence of trust. And when you trust heaven, the body relaxes into wholeness. You're there now. The anxiety that once aged your heart has lost its grip. The old voices that said you're running out of time have gone silent. You no longer race the clock because the clock now serves you. When you live by divine timing, you age in purpose, not pressure. Chosen one. Your glow is not only light, it's language. It's heaven speaking through your appearance, announcing to the world that peace is possible, that renewal is real. You've become a walking sermon without ever raising your voice. People won't understand it at first. They'll call it good energy or a different vibe. But what they're feeling is the presence of the eternal resting on you. And here's the deeper truth. Your renewal has purpose. You're not just being restored for your own joy. You're being preserved for assignment. The same peace that makes you ageless will make you effective. You will bring balance to others simply by existing near them. You are an atmosphere changer, a carrier of divine stability. When you walk into a room, anxiety leaves because heaven just entered. Anointed one. The grace that rests on you now is multi-generational. Your glow is a prophecy for your bloodline. You are breaking the cycle of premature weariness and spiritual burnout that plagued your ancestors. In you, the curse of exhaustion has ended. You are teaching your lineage that divine rest is the true source of renewal. Chosen one. Take this as confirmation. You have transcended time's reach. Every day that passes, you grow stronger, lighter, and clearer. You've stepped into the divine paradox. Aging without aging. Growing older, but only in wisdom, not in weariness. You are heaven's reminder that eternal life doesn't begin after death. It begins in surrender. You are not counting years anymore. You are creating eternity with every peaceful breath. Chosen one. You've reached the culmination of your renewal, the point where the invisible has become visible. Heaven's work within you now radiates through every part of your being. You no longer just carry peace. You are peace. You no longer chase purpose. You embody it. The same divine current that awakened your soul is now sustaining your body, illuminating your presence and preparing you for the next phase of your divine assignment. Anointed one. This is not the end of your transformation. It's the revelation of it. You are living in the dimension where time bends to obedience, where every breath you take echoes eternity. You have learned that agelessness isn't about stopping time, but about aligning with it. You don't resist the flow. You become the flow. This is what heaven calls mastery. To live so aligned with divine rhythm that even the years must submit to grace. Your walk now carries quiet power. Your presence brings calm to chaos. You no longer enter spaces to compete. You enter to complete. People sense your energy before they hear your words. They'll feel safe, uplifted, renewed, and won't know why. But heaven knows it's because you've become a vessel of divine equilibrium. You are evidence that holiness heals, that peace rejuvenates, that faith rewires the flesh. I've witnessed this power in others. Those who've chosen stillness over striving, their faces carry a serenity that no surgeon could replicate. Their laughter sounds like light, their steps move with purpose, and their energy feels like sunrise. And now, chosen one, you are among them. Heaven calls you its radiant remnant, those who defy weariness through worship, who glow through gratitude, who shine because they've surrendered. This renewal, This glow is not about appearance, it's about authority. God has trusted you with something eternal, the ability to reflect his timeless nature in a world obsessed with decay. The way you live now preaches a message that eternal life doesn't begin at the grave. It begins with surrender. You are the living expression of that revelation, chosen one. Hear this prophetic truth. You are not behind, not fading, not forgotten. You are precisely where eternity intended you to be. Every delay was a disguise for divine synchronization. Every loss was a lesson in lightness. Every year you thought you lost has been redeemed in the Spirit. You are walking in divine compensation. Strength for sorrow, glow for grief, vitality for vulnerability. The world will try to explain your transformation with science, but it won't fit their formulas. They'll call it resilience, optimism, good health. But you and heaven know better. It's grace. Grace has rewritten your genes. Grace has regulated your emotions. Grace has regenerated your timeline. You have become heaven's laboratory of renewal, proof that faith is the greatest anti-aging formula of all. Anointed one, lift your head. Feel the current of divine energy rising through you. The exhaustion that once followed you is lifting, lifting as. The confusion that clouded your vision is breaking apart. You are becoming alert again in spirit, renewed in body, and awakened to something eternal. Even the next breath you draw carries new meaning. It is more than air entering your lungs. It is a reminder that the breath of God is still sustaining you and filling your life with purpose. Chosen one. The cycle of decline is being interrupted, not because the clock itself has stopped moving, but because eternity has begun shaping the way you understand your life. You are no longer measuring yourself only by years, circumstances, or what the world says should happen next. You are becoming a reflection of heaven in motion, a living witness that grace can refresh what has grown weary, peace can restore what pressure has drained, and divine light does not lose its brilliance with time. Chosen one. What is stirring within you is deeper than emotion. Something has been deposited into your spirit. What began quietly, almost like a whisper of renewal, is now rising like a powerful current. The transformation that once seemed subtle is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Heaven has touched the story of your years, and the clock no longer has permission to define your value, your radiance, or the strength you carry. You have stepped into your Kairos season, a divinely appointed moment where grace becomes greater than pressure and purpose becomes more important than the expectations attached to time. Anointed one, receive this as confirmation. Your renewal is connected to alignment. As your spirit comes into agreement with God's direction, everything within you begins finding a new order. Your thoughts are becoming clearer. Your dreams are awakening again. Your inner world is being restored from the deepest places outward. The radiance appearing in your life is not something you have manufactured through constant effort. It is the result of learning to remain in divine presence. What heaven has planted within you cannot easily be undone by what tried to exhaust you before. The brightness people begin to recognize in you is evidence that an old chapter is closing and a different kind of life is emerging. So, move forward with sacred confidence. Allow your peace to speak more loudly than the history that once wounded you. Let your joy become evidence that your difficult seasons did not have the final word. Your life is becoming a testimony of what happens when eternal truth enters ordinary human existence and begins transforming the way a person thinks, feels, walks, and lives. If this message speaks directly to your spirit, seal it through faith. Write Amen in the comments as your declaration of agreement. Share this word with another chosen soul who needs encouragement. And subscribe so we can continue moving together along this path of spiritual renewal. The supernatural transition has already begun. Remain aligned with God. Remain grateful for what is unfolding. Continue carrying the light heaven has placed within you. The one who started this work of renewal will not abandon it halfway. What began quietly will continue growing until its purpose becomes visible. Chosen one, your strength is being renewed like the eagle's. The years behind you were not wasted. Even what looked lost is being redeemed and woven into your destiny. Walk forward in radiance. Move with renewed strength, and carry peace into everything that comes next.